This video covers how to change the muffler and tailpipe assembly on a 2010 Nissan Versa.
So we're working on this 2010 Nissan Versa, and what we found is that the rear muffler flange, where it mates up with the rest of the tailpipe or the mid-pipe assembly, this weld right here and this flange had rusted off the old muffler, and the muffler had fallen off. So this is just a quick tutorial of how you can get this to go ahead and work. You're going to be dealing with some rusty bolts. You're going to want to have some rust penetrant, and we've let ours soak for a couple of nights. Okay, so we're at the back of the car, and you're looking at the mid-pipe of the exhaust, and you can see right here that we have one stud, two stud, and these two bolts. We've already successfully removed this bolt on this side, and we're halfway done with this side here. We sprayed it with lubricant and penetrating oil and then WD-40. This right here is the old flange that had fallen off, and it seats right up here on the new flange off of these two studs. So we're very carefully just gonna actually we're just gonna yank these out with the impact because we've lubed it up, and we got so lucky on this side. We're gonna try to do the same thing here. If for some reason you are very unfortunate and these snap off, you can drill them out and then just use standard hardware to put it back together. So we'll see how this side goes. We're gonna go ahead and put this impact on there and try to yank her off. So I'm just gonna put it on, make sure that I'm going perfectly straight, and I'm gonna press down onto it at a very good sturdy pattern and rip it off. And there we go. This guy looks like she's off. Fantastic. So now we're going to clean up this area, remove this old gasket, put a new gasket on, and bolt up the new muffler. And then we're going to make sure to remove all the old remnants of the exhaust hangers. We have removed all of the hangers or exhaust insulators, whichever you prefer. And now we're just gonna take a little sharp edge and pull off this gasket. And it's really just a metal O-ring. That's a better way to look at it. And this just helps with the expansion and contraction of the heat so that it always seals up. So that because when metal gets hot, it expands. When it gets cold, it shrinks. So we just pop that off. That's just a little guy right here. She just crosses right up, and it helps keep everything in check. The first hanger that I'm going to put on is this hanger that's right up here, just above the exhaust. Sorry, just this hanger right here, and I'm going to lube up all the hangers before I put them on. That way the rubber insulators slip right on over. So I'm going to put that one on first, and then I'm going to fiddle with the muffler to get the muffler tailpipe back onto the mid pipe, which is right here. We're losing light, we're losing daylight. From there, I'm going to put on the other two, which are on the side, and I'm just going to lube up the rubber insulators and then put them on to their hangers. So here are your other two hangers. Hanger 1 and hanger 2. Okay, so now we're outside the car, and this is the hanger that I was referring to that has the least clearance. And all we're going to do is we're going to take the insulator and we're going to slip it over first and then put it up underneath the car and get this insulator onto the other hanger. Once that's on, we'll take this flange and we'll mate it up with the mid pipe. So I'm just going to lube this up and lube this up so it slips on easily. Okay, so we're losing light pretty quick on this winter day. Right now, before you start putting the exhaust back on, it's a really good idea to just put that metal gasket on, which is really just a metal O-ring. So we're going to go ahead and just place that on and then get started with actually mounting the muffler into place. Now I don't have the car jacked up, so I'm sandwiching myself quite nicely. And that literally just slips right on over. Alrighty. So now that that's on, we'll go ahead and we'll start with that hard hanger, which is the one right over here. And we already got the insulator on the muffler, and we just use some lubrication. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I do that. Okay, so if you've never installed an insulator before, one of the easiest things to do is just to line everything up, because the hanger is going to be similar in length. So you'll just put the insulator at one end of the hanger and slip the insulator over top of the next portion of the hanger, and then just seat it and pull it back. All we have to do now is tighten up the 2 bolts on the studs that hold the muffler section onto the mid pipe. We have this hanger on, this insulator on, we have this lower insulator on, and then this insulator, which was the tight one that we referred to earlier, so then that first far down insulator right in here, which was the hardest one to put on because there's just not enough clearance, what I did is I put the muffler onto the mid pipe and just kind of loosely placed it, and then I put this hanger on. And if you just want to put the hanger on first, there's enough space for you to mess with the exhaust and manipulate it to get it all into place. So we're just going to go ahead and tighten these 2 18mm nuts up at the edge of the flange, and we'll be done. Alright YouTube, we've installed, we've checked for leaks, we have no leaks, everything's nice and snug, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.